There's so much going on in the world, man, that sometimes I forget to realize that with everything happening in the world, all the chaos, there's so many people and individual people at that are going through so much. And for me, I believe that I have a solution. I believe that I know the solution from experience. But sometimes for other people, it's not that easy. It's a lot easier said than done, if you will. I want to show you guys this clip of a gentleman. It really touched my heart. I was seeing it. It came across my screen, and I was touched by it because it really put me in a position to realize like how self-indulged we can be at times and not realizing, even though for other people it may seem as simple, but for certain people it's a big thing and it's huge, and we don't really stop to slow down to really say, hey, you know what, let me make sure that I really am being a light. Let me make sure that I really am being the best that I can be, that Christ has called me to be, the best person, the best version of myself that I am capable of being. Let me make sure that I'm being that person. We don't stop enough to do that, so we don't realize just how much pain, just how much hurt people are going through, just how alone people feel. Let's get into this clip, man. Just listen to this gentleman, this young man who just, he doesn't really believe in himself much. He's just, I don't want to say too much, man. Sit back. Let's check this out.
Do you love yourself?
Some days I do, some days I don't.
On the days you don't, why don't you?
My brain is trying to figure out if all the things that were said to me, if they're actually true. Like you look like doo-doo through a screen door, that your skin look like it's fighting cancer.
How many positive comments do you need to outweigh one negative comment?
100.
What happened after that video went viral?
I mean, the love was just overwhelming. I realized, wow, like people out there really do think that I am a beautiful person.
Did you get any DMs from women?
I got so many DMs from women. Oh, I would date you, you're so beautiful. Can we go out?
But it doesn't seem to really do anything deeper on the inside for you.
No, the way I feel inside about myself, no comments and people will ever be able to change that unless I do the work myself.
Do you believe in God?
I certainly do believe in God.
Do you think there's beauty in the world?
Oh, there's so much beauty in the world.
Do you think that means that God is beautiful?
Yes, that's correct.
Have you heard of the expression or the verse that man was created in the image of God?
I have over 1,000 times.
So if God is beautiful and we are created in his image, what do you think that says about us?
That we're all beautiful.
Don't forget that. You got to keep coming back to that.
Would love to never forget that.
Man. And it's like, even after knowing and hearing it and saying it himself, you can still see it in his eyes. It's like you can kind of see like there's a lens behind his face right there where it's like he's hurting, man. He's like, he's got some real pain there because people have been very mean. And just to think the things that we can say, you never really think. The Bible tells us that the power of life and death, it lies in the tongue. So when you say certain things, that doesn't just mean literal on the aspect of speaking life or speaking death, like, oh, you go die or you go live. But it's his confidence, his self-esteem has been destroyed. It has been murdered. It has been killed because he has been told so many negative things. People have been rude to him. And there could be people watching this video, man, who obviously maybe not to this guy, but to other people have been that way. Like sometimes we could be contributors to the negative feelings that people are feeling, man. And that's why I say sometimes it really beats me up, man, when I just slow down and see things like this. And I'm like, do I really take enough time to slow down and check to see how other people are doing? And I mean how they're really doing. Not the surface level, hey, how are you? How are the kids? Nah, how are you really doing? What's really going through your mind? What's scaring you right now? What are you afraid of in this moment? Is there any way I can help? What are you regretful of in this moment? Like, people are feeling real things out here, man. And I feel that we're becoming, as a society, so superficial. And the world is becoming so watered down that it's like, man, we don't even realize something like this, man. A lot of people probably wouldn't care. Some people would say, man, toughen up, be a man. Something other people would say, depending on, what background you have, be a man, be a man. As if men can't experience a feeling, or as if men do not have emotions. But that's sad, man. Just something so small when you think just one individual. And he's not the only one that's going through something like this. He's not the only one experiencing a tough time in life. But when you think about things like this, it puts me in a position where it's like the opportunity, since I know God, like I said earlier, it's easier said than done. I can tell him, hey, just go to God, man. You need God. And yeah, he knows he needs God. He believes in God, and he needs a stronger relationship so that way he doesn't have an identity crisis, or he doesn't have such low self-esteem. He can go to God and ask him to help him with those things. He can definitely do that. But like I said, that's easier said than done. So since I know God, since I have a relationship, it makes me say, hey, I should be praying for him. Or people like this. Praying for him and other people like this. I see it. It's on my screen. Sometimes we scroll on the screen, it's just a double tap or just a color, and then we just go about it to the next thing. And it's gone. It's oh, we felt something for 60 seconds and then we just scrolled. It's gone. All right, on to the next. We're just watered down. Everything's watered down. It's, oh, it feels bad, and then we move on. But no, this is a real thing. He's still dealing with this. Even after the 60 seconds that we watch and scroll on to the next clip, he's still dealing with this. How do we stop it? How do we fix it? How do we end it? There's a lot of people, and there may be a lot of people that do not know God. That we can agree on. But with the people that do know God, we can and should be making sure that we aren't forgetting the power that we have. Like I said, the power of life and death lies in the tongue. People have spoken negative things over him to cause him to where he's at. With the people of us, the people that know God, people that are in active relationships with him, we can speak life into this gentleman and life into people that are going through things just like this, bro. We all matter. We're all beautiful. We're created in his image. Each and every one of us on purpose. And you have to know that. The world will do that to you, man. It'll put you in a position where you will feel like you have an identity crisis, where you do not know your identity. And the identity that you do know, you probably aren't very confident in it. The world could do that to you. The world can do it to everyone. It's a fast-paced life. It's the haves, it's the have-nots. The world has an obvious beauty standard and an obvious standard of what's not beautiful. And if you don't fit into that one, then you belong to the other one, and vice versa. But none of it's real. Like I said, as a society, as a nation, we're moving into a very superficial place. So all of their standards, they don't mean anything. When God says we're beautiful, when God says we're unique, when God says that we were fearfully and wonderfully made. We got to get back to the place where we are finding our confidence in Christ, man, because that's the only thing that's going to keep us strong. It's the only identity that we have that actually means something and that actually carries some weight. Got to pray for these people, man, that are going through stuff in this world, man, because it's real. Like I said, it's real out here. It's tough. And seeing stuff like this, man, it puts me in a position where I'm like, I got to take some of the spotlight off of me when I'm going to God and I'm asking him for stuff, and I got to stop asking so much for me, and I got to start going to God in prayer for other people, man, because there's other people that need him that may not know that they could just go to him and pray. But hey, I'll let you know that you can do that, but until you start doing it for yourself, I feel that that's something that I can do, and I feel that's something that other believers could do. We can go on those people's behalf, man, talk to God for them, and help them, man, to heal, find themselves, and be stronger in Christ, man. That's all I got for you guys on this one. I appreciate you guys staying. To the next one, guys. I'm out.